So, the professional development we're going to do today, we're going to be looking at quarter one planning and unpacking of the lunch explore discuss, okay? This should take about an hour to complete. And on the agenda, so we're going to do the lunch explore discuss article, we're going to do a little scavenger hunt, we're going to do a little bit of unpacking, and we're going to dive into the unpacking documents and create a lesson. On your desk, you should have an article about lunch explore discuss. And with this article, I would like for you, Ms. Outland, to do read the lunch portion. Okay. I would like for you to do the explore. And Sachs, I would like for you to do the discuss part. I'll give you about a couple of minutes to read over that, and then we'll have a discussion about what your aha moments are. Okay. So, Ms. Outland, will you share your aha moments for the lunch part?
My aha moments were that you're not really teaching them how to do it yet. You're seeing what they already know and kind of guiding them in a discussion about the concept and what they know so that they can be prepared to take it on.
Okay. Our next, we have the explore.
This is the heart of the lesson, and the students are going to be working in small groups or with a partner. The teacher needs to think about what strategies they want to pull out later in the discuss part, and the students are using manipulatives of their choosing,
Okay, now we have the discuss part.
In the discussion part, what I saw was that it's a chance for the children to show the strategies that they use to solve the problem, and for the teacher to pick which strategy she wants shown. And if there's something that's not shown that the teacher wants, this is her time to teach that specific strategy.
Okay. Does anybody else from the other groups want to add anything to it? Okay. So here, right on your article, there is a summary of the whole model, where in the launch, the teacher introduces the cognitive demanding task. That's where you explain what you want them to do. Then we have the explore, where the students are actually working on, they can be working with a partner to solve that task. And then we have the discuss, where you come back together as a class and you are discussing about the different strategies that the students are using. And then the last one we did not go over, I didn't have somebody read, is the follow-up. And the follow-up activities is where you have students working on things throughout the remainder of the time, where you can do activities, do small group centers, and the teacher can work with a small group. It's like your differentiation part of your math lesson.
Can I say something?
Yes.
This was much more user-friendly than what we have received Explore Discuss framework already from our county.
Okay, thank you. Now, here what we have is the lesson format. Okay, here is the overall how it works, how you go to a lunch, explore, discuss, and sometimes when you get to the explore part and you get to the discuss, if you see that it's not going quite well or they can have a better understanding, you can go back to the explore part. So, and then in lunch, you have to reflect. It says launch, establish purpose, engage, elicit prior knowledge, introduce language, model expectations. Then after that, you go to the explore part. Then with the explore, the teacher's monitoring, you promote connection, scaffold, discourse. But basically right here, in a way, you think of it as the productive struggle. And then you go to discuss after they've had that productive struggle, you go through the discussion part and you discuss the strategies they use and any misconceptions that they may have. On this side, you have the Winston Forsyth County School components of an effective lesson plans, which you all mostly used to. So we have to state the clear objectives, explore, model, demonstrate, provide guided practice, check for understanding throughout the lesson, or formative assessment. Now, where does the lunch fall in the 4 components for our district? Where do you think the lunch falls?
Understate clear objectives.
Mm-hmm. And it also falls in number 2, explore, model, and demonstrate. Where chances for students, the lunch, you're telling them what you're going to want them to do. It's sort of like the beginning of the number 1 is sort of goes into the launch part. Now, where do you see the explore part?
Number 2.
Definitely in number 2.
Yep, because you're providing them,
3.
you're giving them the time to explore and model, and
3.
because you're giving them time, they're having that guided practice. When I was learning about this, I thought about how we already have our lesson plans. We have activating prior knowledge, teacher group, and then guided practice. Guided practice to me is the explore part where they're working in a small group or working in pairs trying to solve that task. And where do you see discuss?
Number 4.
It's number 4 and also number 3 right here, because when not only you don't think of discuss as just whole group, it can be with a partner discussing about, okay, this is how we did it, or this is how I'm seeing them solve the problem, and you can solve the problem like this too. Now, this isn't something new that we want you all just to focus on this way, but it's integrated into what we're already doing. Now, before we get there, I have a video clip I want you all to watch showing a teacher doing the discussion part.
We have 14 boxes of 10 and 8 boxes of 1s. Is there any other way we could do this? Is there any other combination? I know you guys can do this. I can see the wheels turning in your head. You know you're supposed to be thinking. You're thinking, what am I thinking, right? Okay, so let's look at this again. So we have 14 10s and 8 1s. We have 148 1s. What other combination could you do? Okay, I know this is tricky for you guys. Here's what I want to say. We're going to meet together as a big group in the back, and I'm going to have some people share their ideas. I want you guys to make sure you're really watching and listening to see if you can get that light bulb to go off, to see what they're saying, okay? Can you do that for me? Okay, will you finish recording that this is 148 1s? Love the way Maddox has his hands on his head telling me he's ready. Love the way Braxton has her eyes on me. Thank you very much. Madeline, thank you
You see
for
how
your
she did the
eyes.
discussion part still in
Smile.
small group, but then bring it back
Thank
together.
you. Dahlia, thank you. I need everyone to freeze right now, please. So will you please put your hands on top of your head, just like we always do when I ring the bell? Thank you very much. Okay, here's what I need us to do. We are going to stop what we're doing now. I know there's still some ideas floating around there. I know you're still thinking, because there are really a lot of ways for this to work. I've asked 2 different groups to share with us. So what we're going to do is we're going to meet back at the back carpet in just a minute. Oh, hands still on top of your head, please. Thank you. We're going to meet back at the back carpet in just a second. I want you to sit with your group, please. And I want you to bring your paper, but I need all of our tools put away. Okay? Ready? Go. Okay, I need to see everyone sitting crisscross applesauce. Show me how you sit. Okay, I've asked 2 groups to share with us. Now, what I need from the rest of you while they are sharing, just like when anyone is sharing a task, I'm going to wait till everyone's voices are off and they're listening quietly. Thanks.
Okay, you see how when she did small groups, they were still in small groups, she still did discussion. And now she's bringing them back, and she's already determined what 2 groups that she wanted them to present their strategies.
She's also got that little group, those 3 right there in the front that she said, I know this is hard for y'all. I don't know if that was just a coincidence.
But that is good for those that are struggling to think of the different ways. They're only stuck on one way.
Yeah. Or
that could be that could be her lower group, having them close up front to her. Okay. But I just wanted to show y'all that little snippet of the discussion part. Now, on your desk, I have given you a scavenger hunt where you're going to use your clusters that we're using now to find the scavenger hunt, to answer these questions in the scavenger hunt. So if you look at your clusters, it's like number 1, what does introduction to the instructional framework say about rich task? And so you'll read over that and you'll answer that question. And if you want, since it's such a small group, you all can work together. I'll give you a few minutes to work on that. So in cluster 1, well, in quarter 1, these are the clusters we're going to cover. We're going to cover cluster 1 and cluster 2. Okay? So in cluster 1, we're covering measurement. We're using a number line. We're covering OA2 and OA3. And then cluster 1, we're covering a lot of the MBTs. We have 2, 5, 6, 8, and then we're still having MD6 and OA1 in this cluster.